Samantha Womack returns to the stage in Dear England, the decade's biggest theatrical triumph. From the gritty streets of Walford to the bright lights of the national stage, Samantha Womack is preparing for one of the most exciting theatrical roles of her career. The former EastEnders icon, best known for her role as the complex and emotionally charged Ronnie Mitchell, has officially joined the cast of Dear England, the critically acclaimed play that has been dubbed the decade's biggest theatrical triumph by the Daily Telegraph. The actor will portray team psychologist Dr. Pippa Grange in the award-winning stage production by playwright James Graham, which chronicles the emotional and psychological journey of the England men's football team under the leadership of manager Gareth Southgate. Womack's casting marks a powerful return to the stage and signals her continued commitment to thought-provoking, character-driven storytelling. A new role, a new stage, Womack as Pippa Grange. Womack's new role in Dear England is a dramatic pivot from her soap opera days, taking on the part of real-life team psychologist Pippa Grange, a woman credited with redefining the emotional DNA of the England national team. Grange was instrumental in transforming the internal culture of the squad, encouraging Southgate and his players to confront the psychological burden of failure and fear. Her approach focused on authenticity, emotional intelligence, and the power of vulnerability, values often absent from the traditional masculinity associated with professional sport. Speaking about the opportunity to step into such a nuanced role, Womack expressed both admiration and excitement. "I am so excited to be returning to the stage to perform in Dear England," she said. "It's a wonderful piece of theater, entertaining and thought-provoking as well as incredibly staged. I am also fascinated by Pippa Grange and her impact on the England men's team. She fundamentally changed the culture and, in turn, the course of sporting history by teaching the squad to embrace their fears. She's an extremely inspiring role to take on. I can't wait to delve in and get back to touring around the country with this fantastic show." Her passion for the project mirrors the very ethos of the play, a fusion of sports, psychology, history, and human vulnerability. A powerful ensemble. David Sturzaker as Gareth Southgate. Joining Womack on tour is Doctors alum David Sturzaker, who will portray Gareth Southgate, the central figure around whom the story revolves. Southgate, the once maligned penalty misser turned national manager, has become a symbol of quiet strength and modern leadership. Sturzaker brings his own gravitas to the role, sharing in the anticipation of taking such a successful production on the road. "It's hugely exciting to be involved in a production that has already been such a hit," he said. "I'm looking forward to taking Dear England on tour across the country, giving many more people the opportunity to see this fantastic show." Their performances will begin on the 15th of September 2025 at Theatre Royal Plymouth, marking the start of a 16-venue tour that will culminate in a final performance at the Birmingham Hippodrome on the 14th of March 2026. The phenomenon of Dear England, from stage to screen. Dear England isn't just another play. It's a cultural event, a fusion of drama, sport, psychology, and national identity that has captured the imagination of critics and audiences alike. Written by Quiz and Ink playwright James Graham, the production originally premiered at the National Theatre in London in June 2023. Following its success, it transferred to the West End in August 2023 and was revived again in early 2025 before embarking on regional performances in Salford. The play tells the emotional story of Southgate's efforts to rebuild the national team's identity in the wake of decades of disappointment, chronicling not just results on the pitch, but the internal, emotional battles faced by the players and coaching staff alike. Its themes are universal: the cost of public failure, the fear of letting others down, the need for empathy and collective strength. That message has struck a chord far beyond football fans. Critics have been effusive in their praise. The Daily Telegraph called it the decade's biggest theatrical triumph, while the Evening Standard described it as a thrilling and brilliant fusion of sport and art. From national theater to national tour, what began as a bold theatrical experiment has now become a national movement. Dear England is making its way across the UK, reaching cities that rarely get access to such high-caliber productions. Its tour is about more than just entertainment, it's about sharing a uniquely British story with the entire nation. Each performance blends high emotion with stylized movement, live projections, and a cast that embodies both famous faces and lesser-known behind-the-scenes heroes. With Womack and Sturzaker leading the next wave, this touring edition is poised to introduce a whole new generation to the story behind Southgate's England. A career evolution. Samantha Womack's return to live theatre. For Samantha Womack, Dear England marks not just a new project, but a welcome return to her theatrical roots. While most fans associate her with her dramatic, high-stakes storylines in EastEnders, Womack's career spans television, stage, and music. She's appeared in West End productions like Guys and Dolls and South Pacific, and even represented the UK at the 1991 Eurovision Song Contest as part of the pop duo, Mrs. Loud. Her acting range is equally impressive, transitioning from crime dramas to romantic leads with ease. But her role as Ronnie Mitchell, one half of the troubled Mitchell sisters, solidified her as a household name in Britain. Ronnie's tragic storylines, including the loss of her child, her fraught relationship with her sister Roxy, and her shocking exit in 2017, cemented Womack as one of the most emotionally compelling performers on the soap. Since leaving EastEnders, Womack has embraced a new chapter, including personal battles such as her public journey through breast cancer, a challenge she has faced with courage, honesty, and advocacy. Her return to the stage with Dear England is both a personal and professional triumph. Pippa Grange, the woman who changed English football. Womack's role in Dear England is based on a real and deeply influential figure, Dr. Pippa Grange. A psychologist and leadership expert, Grange was hired by the Football Association in 2017 and became instrumental in shifting the culture within the England men's team. Her work focused on mental well-being, vulnerability, and emotional resilience, helping players confront their fear of failure and learn to play with authenticity. Southgate himself credited Grange for helping him and the team adopt a more open, human approach to management and performance. Grange believed in fostering a safe environment, one where players felt they could be themselves, free from the crushing weight of national expectations. Her philosophy echoed the broader social shift toward emotional intelligence and mindfulness in high-performance arenas. Portraying such a powerful and contemporary figure is no small task, but Womack appears eager to explore the psychological depth of the role. Stage to screen. BBC's Dear England TV adaptation. The reach of Dear England is growing even further, thanks to a greenlit television adaptation by the BBC, bringing this extraordinary story to millions more across the UK and beyond. Acclaimed actor Joseph Fiennes will reprise his stage role as Gareth Southgate in the small-screen version, joined by Jodie Whittaker as Pippa Grange and Jason Watkins as former FA chairman Greg Dyke. The adaptation, much like the play, will focus less on football itself and more on the emotional architecture behind it, exploring themes of leadership, healing, teamwork, and the long shadow cast by the past. This multimedia evolution, from stage to screen, speaks volumes about the emotional resonance and timely relevance of the story. Dear England has tapped into something profound about British identity, aspiration, and recovery. More than a play, a mirror to the nation. At its heart, Dear England is not just about football. It's a story about change, how leadership can evolve, how teams can learn to support one another, and how national expectations can be redefined. It speaks to a generation that has seen failure become meme-worthy, pressure become unbearable, and public scrutiny a 24/7 reality. Southgate's calm, composed persona, in contrast to previous generations of aggressive, top-down management, serves as a blueprint for modern leadership. And Pippa Grange, portrayed by Womack, embodies the emerging truth that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's a pathway to greatness. Final thoughts. Womack's return is a homecoming of heart and art. As Samantha Womack steps onto the stage in Dear England, she carries with her not just the weight of her character, but the legacy of decades of storytelling, both her own and that of the nation. Her journey from EastEnders heartbreak to theatrical triumph mirrors the very themes explored in James Graham's extraordinary script: transformation, resilience, and the search for something more meaningful. Dear England promises to be one of the most compelling theatrical experiences in recent memory. With Womack's talent and emotional depth front and center, audiences across the country are in for a truly unforgettable performance.